Janae with Palin Projects here, and in this video I plant up some department store blueberries. So my main goal this year is to get enough berry and fruit production on our property to be able to can, freeze, and just fresh eat. So I'm buying a whole bunch of bare root strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and then a whole bunch of fruit trees, which I will plant with you guys in videos, or attempt to. The best I can. But I found two blueberry roots in a department store, and they're 12 bucks. And I wanted to see if I could grow them on and have them be as good as what I get from a nursery. So I'm sure you guys have seen it if you've gone to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, any like big box store like that. They have these, they have raspberries, blackberries, these blueberries, and then just a plethora of other fruits and vegetables, because you can get vegetables as well. So I figured I'd give these a try because, these, like I said, are $12 for two roots, so roughly $6 a piece. And this one I got from a nursery is $20, roughly $20. So, the first thing I noticed right off the bat, and if I can bring this over a little bit closer, much bigger, obviously. This plant is much more established, has more twigs on it, and is just a larger plant for $20. Again, that's $20 for one plant though. I basically paid a third of that for one plant from the department store. These plants are, it says non-GMO on them. One is a Blueberry Patriot and one is a Blu-ray. You do need other blueberry plants or just multiple plants for blueberries to to pollinate with, so they need a pollinator. And then, sorry, I got caught with some wording on here. It says, plant this colorful combination in spring for fresh, edible fruit for years to come. Blueberries are a wonderful addition to home gardening. And I would agree with that. On here it says, plant in full sun, harvest early to mid-season, garden to table freshness, plant this season, blooms next season. So I probably won't get blueberries off of these plants, whereas this $20 plant, I should possibly get blueberries off of it. On the back it says, grow your own fresh fruit. They're trouble-free and last a lifetime with simple care, yielding up to 8 pounds of fruit per bush, early to late spring. They offer so many health benefits and are an excellent source of vitamin C, high in fiber. Recent studies have shown that blueberries top the list of antioxidants, disease fighters that also help slow down the effect of aging, yada, yada, yada. Highlights. They're a great source of antioxidants, easy to grow, trouble-free, excellent ornamental addition for planting among flowering bulbs and perennials. It says plant in spring after the ground warms to about 50 degrees. Remove the plant from packaging. If the roots are dry, soak the roots no more than 2 hours before planting. Do not submerge the plant. Soak roots only. Dig a hole slightly larger than the spread of the plant's root system. Place the plant in the center of the hole, spread the roots, and backfill with soil. Firm the soil around the roots as you backfill, water thoroughly, and plant during the growth period. Trim to plant to about a half of its original height and remove small branches. So that's all of the information that is given on the box. Some information that I have, blueberries are a very acidic plant. So regular like potting soil and stuff isn't acidic enough for blueberries. What I did with these, they're new pots. I'm going to be keeping these blueberries in pots because I don't have acidic soil to be planting them in ground. So they're going to be pot plants for me, in pot plants. And they'll sit out in my my garden area. So brand new pots. I did punch out 3 drainage holes and then bring up drip tubing right here, drip tubing. And I'm gonna get some sun here, but let me try and fix that for you guys. I did put drip tubing through here. so that I can hook them up on drip so that I don't have to hand water them every day. They can be watered through the drip system. I did throw some biotone starter fertilizer in the hole before I started planting. And that's just to generate root growth. It's got a lot of nice nutrients in order to, activate those roots and get them to grow. The other thing that I will be doing, I haven't yet, because I don't have any on hand, because I don't have anything that is acidic in my garden or needs extra supplement for acidity. I will be getting some acid tone or an acid-based fertilizer to mix in with these, and I think that's what these guys are lacking. So let me pull. That's heavy. You can see like this guy is like pretty flimsy. It has been out here all day, and it was probably a little cool for them to be out here today. I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting a little bit of, it's like a snow flurry. It's nothing like major, but it is a little chilly, on the chillier side. I don't have my phone with me, so I can't tell you what the exact temperature is out here right now, but I think it's high 30s, low 40s. So these should be good, and they are, I think. I don't know, that guy's kind of weak, which is interesting. Yeah, there's roots there. So, I mean, definitely there's a difference. This plant is much more petite than this plant. See the difference? I'm going to try my hardest, and I think this is, which one? I think this is the Patriot. So these are both the same. This is a Patriot from a nursery. This is the Patriot from Walmart. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. I don't remember where I got it from. Significantly smaller plant though. I paid significantly less for it. So getting back, I will be kind of sprinkling acetone or an acid-based fertilizer and just mixing it in, because again, this potting soil isn't necessarily conducive for blueberries, and I think that's one of the reasons why these guys aren't taking off. The other reason is because I have been moving them in and out, because they have this delicate leaf structure on them. I've been moving them in and out every day to get them acclimated to outdoors, and then once we warm up a little bit more, then they'll stay outdoors. But right now, they're going from my house, which is like 60 some degrees, out to the outdoors, which is around 40s-ish, 40s. I guess one of my biggest things with buying these plants from a department store, first off, I bought them early. So as soon as they came in, I tried to buy them. As soon as they hit the shelf, I picked them up. They hadn't been sitting on the shelves for weeks on end, not being watered. Secondly, I tried to pick out ones that I noticed had growth on them or that were alive. You don't want to buy dead plants. And then thirdly, I did plant them in these pots as soon as possible after I soaked their root system. So I submerged their whole root system, and their roots were in a plastic bag about this big, and it was about this wide. I poked holes in that bag, and then I just submerged them in a bowl of water. I submerged them longer than 2 hours. I felt like they needed it. They were pretty droopy when I got them. And so I probably submerged them for, I don't know, 6 to 10 hours. I think I did it in the morning, and I think they were planted in the afternoon, to be honest, which the packaging said not to, but the package also says that they're easy plants, and they are. I think they are. I've had family members, my grandma used to grow blueberries, and so they're relatively easy, but you do have to amend the soil and make sure that they have an acidic soil. They do prefer an acid base living situation. So that is going to be, I don't know what that is. That's part of the root ball. So that's going to be part of the maintenance of these plants going forward. All in all, I don't know. It's all in what you want. To be honest, in plants, if you want to baby a plant, and possibly not have it live, and be out that, $6 or $12, that cheaper amount. Obviously, I'm not getting fruit off of these two plants this year, this one and then this one behind me. They're definitely not big enough for me to get, or strong enough for me to get fruit off. And if they even blossom, I probably will take the blooms off of them this year, just to allow them to really root in and grow as a plant. So it's honestly up to you. If you're willing to put in the effort and the work, and not let them die, and lug them in and out of the house every day, because plants, they like to be outdoors. They don't like to be cooped up inside. So that's the other part of this, is I have to lug these in and out every day. It is what it is. My personal feelings, I probably would go to the nursery, and I probably will go to the nursery and pick up a couple more blueberries. Just one, in case these don't make it, and two, our daughter really likes blueberries. So if these two live and I have, 3 more blueberry plants, then that's fine by her. And then if these don't live, then I have 3 blueberry plants. But I think, just personally, from what I've, had to deal with these plants, and then plants that I planted last year, I don't think it's worth your money. In all fairness, I don't think, unless you have like a super green thumb, like mine's pretty green. I have a decently green thumb. Like, I go and get plants from the 75% off, pretty much dead, rack. And I bring them back to life pretty easily. And I'm struggling with these. So I probably, even with like the raspberries, the blackberries, even like those type of plants that are, from this company or in this style, I probably wouldn't waste my money on them. I think there's one root in the raspberries and blackberries, and I think and I could be wrong here, but I think they were like $6 or $7. You can go to a local nursery and pick up bare root raspberries for between $4 and $6 a root. And they're much sturdier, they're much more acclimated to your climate, and they're just all around easier to grow, and I feel just a better plant, to be honest. So, again, this was a good challenge, and I'm not giving up on them yet. I still want them to live, because I don't want to be out my $12. But I'm not going to get fruit from these this year, and I'm putting in a lot of work. A lot of resources. The resources I would be using, even with this $20 plant, I would be using the resources anyways. So that I'm not really factoring in, but this plant here, this blueberry, my $20 blueberry, it sits outside. I don't have to do anything. I water it. That's all I do. I water it every couple of days. And it is loving life, like loving life. Whereas like these guys, I have to baby and pay a little more attention, make sure the cat doesn't get into them, make sure the dogs don't eat them, carry them in and out every day, worry about the temperature outside every day, all of that jazz. So I have a lot more time into this, but like I said, it was a good challenge, and I wanted to do it to kind of do it for myself and see if I could get plants for a little bit cheaper, and then just to show you guys if you can do it. Yes, I think you can, but it just honestly requires a lot more work. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I have a lot of fun videos upcoming. I'm really excited. You can kind of see my plethora of plants right there. If I turned the camera that way, that's pretty exciting over in that direction. But we'll keep that as a secret for right now, and we'll show you at a later time. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to know about my process a little bit more, or just want an update on how the blueberries are doing, put a comment below, and we will look forward to seeing you in our next project. Thanks, guys. Bye. Here's the other blueberry. I realized I didn't show it to you guys in the video, but you can see this guy is even punier. Doesn't have a lot of leaves on it. I think the dog actually ate part of this one, but you know, it still has leaves on it. It's still alive. There's roots there, so it's not pulling up. But this one was definitely the smaller of the two. And it is, what does that say? Berry Blu-ray. So that one will be interesting to see if it lives into the spring. This one, what I'm a little concerned about is it's a little wobbly, but there's still roots there and it's still green. The leaves are kind of curling, and I think that is because it needs a little bit of fertilizer. So we'll get some acetone and throw in both of these buckets. A quick update on my hardy kiwi. I think it needs some support. It's kind of flopping. And then I think it needs some fertilizer too, because you can see this leaf has some like light green around the edge, and then this one does too, if you can see that. And so that's telling me that it is a little deficient and needs some fertilizer. So I will be getting a stake for my hardy kiwi, but that one just kind of took off and is doing great. So I recently started moving this one out during the day to start getting it acclimated, and then when it gets acclimated, I will pot it up into a bigger pot like I have my blueberries.